Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We must make a start. This session will be recorded. Therefore, whoever comes later can access the start to the end, as it will be uploaded by Mr. Lawi. Thank you, everyone, again for popping in this lunch hour for our Zoom. Welcome to week 13 of our LATL221 literacy assessment and evaluation. This will be our last Zoom, as I've mentioned last time, that we will have another Zoom and that it will be the end, the last Zoom. I am not going to have a 1 hour session today. I'm not feeling well as well, as I've received a lot of email regarding strong flu. I'm currently down with flu too. Excuse me. So it will be a very short. Zoom session. Firstly, I just want to update all of us here on our assessment task. I think recently, previous week and up to today, our focus is mostly mainly on our task in order for us to get some marks. This is week 13. Next week is week 14. Therefore, our last assessment task for part B of assessment task 3 will be due next week, week 14. Okay, assessment task 3 part A, we have a good number of submission with a total of 31. Assessment task 1, which is an essay, we have a good submission too, and our total goes up to 30 already. Our assessment task 2 has 2 parts. Part A, which is a formative assessment. Currently to date, we have 15 submissions. And as part B, which is the creation of a summative assessment, we have only 1 submission so far to date. Next week is our final assessment task, which is week 14, part B of assessment task 3. So that's a summary of submissions of assessment tasks that are now current in our Moodle platform. I have mentioned earlier that by week 14, we should have all assessment tasks handed in, and our deadline now is 17th of July. So in any and all assessment tasks, if you haven't made the effort to submit, please do submit. If you have any difficulties with connectivity, from this week up to week 14, week 13 and week 14, you can send your assessment via email to me. So I will accept from today up to week 14, Sunday midnight, to accept any email coming to me in regards of assessment submission, especially when there is connectivity issues. Okay. There's a bit of worry over 4 or 5 people here to my attention: Ivana Tamata, Veronique Billy, Konali Abel, and Sarah Abel. If any one of us is near any of these people, if you can pass on our message or pass on my message to them, to just tell them that it is urgent, that if they want to pass the course, that they make efforts to submit outstanding assessment tasks. This is just because I have records of people not logging onto Moodle for a number of days, and for these people, it's like 13 to 20 days. So it is a concern and it's a worry. So I'm just sending this out so that if people are anywhere close to these 4 people, please pass our message that it is now to my attention that they've gone off from a range of 13 to 20 days, and if they are partly doing the assessment, that they need to make efforts to finish it. The other update was to do with our course. I have sent a message earlier to state or to just update ourselves that week 13, we're currently on week 13. If you go to Moodle, you will not see any week 13. The topic or the subtopic for week 13 is creating assessment for special ed. So I have just edited a little bit of week 10 and week 11 and added in week 13. So for your information, there won't be any new uploads for week 13. You will find week 13 attached with week 10 and week 11. So you can continue looking at 10, 11, and 13 in order for you to do a forum discussion or participate in your forum discussion. You just have, for this week, just consult resources from week 10, week 11, and week 13. I think I have made updated that Moodle page on week 10, 11, and 13. Okay, another update will be week 14, which is next week. Next week is our week 14. According to our course outline, we have management of literacy assessment data. For our information, we have already covered that topic in week 5. So in week 5, we have covered management of student assessment data in regards to literacy. So there won't be any population, there won't be any new notes for week 14. Okay, I hope this is clear. So in fact, this week and next week, week 13 and week 14, there are no new uploads. And the basic reason is week 13 is attached with week 10 and week 11. And as I've mentioned earlier, week 14, we have already covered week 14 in week 5. I hope that this is clear, and I have sent a message to clarify these updates on Moodle. Okay. And then we have week 15 and week 16. So by next week is week 14, and then we want all submissions to come in. I have also informed that because we have contractors, so we have people who will come in to do our marking, we need those assessment at least by due date week 14. Unless there are any very major difficulties, then of course you can always inform or let me know. But otherwise, a lot of these assessment tasks will be given out to our markers by week 15. So the only due date will be Sunday midnight, 17th of July. By week 15, Monday, Tuesday, I should be downloading and compiling things for our assessment task for marking. I hope this is clear. Otherwise, please consult your just for yes assistance. Consult assessment task 3, reflective discussion marking criteria scheme, in order to guide you for your last assessment task, which is the reflective discussion that will be due in 14. Okay, so if you haven't done your last reflection yet, yes, you have time, but don't try to write outside of the marking criteria. You have the marking criteria. Go back and look at assessment task and marking criteria so that your part B of reflective part B reflective discussion is reflected as per the marking criteria. Okay. Otherwise, those are some very big and important information. I have also read through some Zoom discussions, and I've come here to share something here that some people have shared that they've learned quite a lot to help them with their literacy teaching and learning, and as well literacy assessment from the course you've had last year and again this year. They've also wanted to know if our new pre-service teachers, our new teachers that are at the School of Education at the moment, if they are also taking the course, or our recent graduates, if they have also learned the new concepts or the concepts and the things we've learned. Just for our query, the current one are also doing the same things as you have done. Therefore, if they graduate and come into the field, yes, you can trust that they've learned and have done some practices on these concepts and skills that we have explored, discovered, experienced, and engaged in the last year's course as well as this year. I can't comment on outgoing teachers up to 2019 because yes, I came in, but I did not do much, and I can't comment on whether they've learned this or not. Just to answer our queries, I really can't comment on that. However, with the current one, this bachelor group plus you lot, yes, everybody gets the same concept and all handouts and videos and whatnot. Therefore, I believe if our new graduate come out into the field, whether for teaching practice or whether for teaching after 4 years here, yes, trust that they've learned, and of course, it won't be new and it will not be new for them. Yes, so that's about it. And I'll just leave time for any questions. If people have any particular questions, I'll give you 5 minutes. Otherwise, that's all I have for our session today. Just to come and stress assessment task as well as due dates so we can stick to them, and other options. If you have connectivity issues, of course, you will have to email it to Mrs. Simo. Email your completed assessment task to Mrs. Simo. Okay, any questions? Any questions, Kamewa and Torpa Province? Since you're with us now, your questions may help others who may do this recording later.
Mrs. Simo, we have one here at Kamewa.
Yes.
We have started our summative, but we get stuck on the 3-way. Since you told us that we will be acting, listening, and speaking, and also the other 3 level of questioning, the evaluation and the analyzing and the creating part. But then we got stuck when it comes to the item types, like for the knowledge, you have the MC, and we understand it's multiple choice. SA, which is the short answer, but the GF, we are not really sure what does GF, yeah, and the LU.
Okay, good question. That GF, yes, go.
And if we are adding the evaluation, what will we have? Will we still have the multiple choice in there, or that's where we get stuck? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kamewa. GF is gut feeling.
Gut feeling. Okay. Thank you.
GF is gut feeling. LU is language usage. The use of language during the writing, sentence structures, vocabularies. Yes, so that's to do with that. And then what types of assessment items can we show for evaluation? A short answer is okay. Okay, evaluation, for example, I'll give you an example. For example, evaluation for written comprehension would be if you have to give another title to the story. Okay, if you are to give another title to the story, what title would it be? And explain why you give that title. Because that is, they get to read the text and they think, oh, this text is really about this thing. I can give this title to make it more interesting, to make it more catchy, to capture their interest. That's an evaluation question. It can be short answers. Yeah, it can be short answers. For the creating, if we do not apply it, in the comprehension without text, of course, our writing is that the students are going to create or they're going to write a procedural writing maybe. Okay, after they've learned all of those, then they're gonna just create one talking about something that they want to do. For example, making a lemon juice or cooking a traditional kind of dish. I hope that answers. Please go back to the formative, summative. Go back to the summative section, and I guess, it will be on week 9. And look at the sample of Bloom's questioning that I have uploaded there. They can just come as a question, okay? And they can be included in our short answers. And one is the one that I have suggested. If you were to give this text another title, what would it be? And I think I have given you the sample of questions that I have uploaded that are under all levels of the Bloom's taxonomy. Would that help, Kamewa?
Yes, thank you. And the last one, Mrs. Simo.
Yes.
Since a lot of us too are down with flu, we are just requesting if you could give us next week. Yes, next week to submit our summative assessment, please.
Kamewa, all is good.
Thank you.
Every assessment 1 to assessment 3, all parts, part A, part B, part A, part B, everyone, if they come in at least by number 17th of July, would be really good. Of course, you have all of next week. As I've said, we're very lucky that we have a free week this week, no new uploads, and next week there won't be any new uploads, as I've mentioned earlier. Therefore, you have the whole of this week and next week to catch up, make effort, find time, complete it. 17th of July, Metal 9. Monday, we're going to surrender the Dropbox.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, all is good. Any more questions? Oh. Okay, now that they are, who are we looking at? Is that Mr. Ria? I can see. And there's a madam beside one there.
Kiala.
Kiala, are you okay, Kiala? Madam Roslyn? Okay, my friends, it looks like there are no more questions. This is our last week. Of course, we will still communicate via email or on a Moodle message box. But from Mrs. Simo, I want to thank you all and for participating in this course here and as well as last year's course. It has been a pleasure working with you all. We've learned a lot of new things, and you have taught me to experience Moodle along with Mr. Lawi, and we all learned a lot one way or the other to help us continue to grow in our learning. I particularly thank you all for all your very good, positive comments in regards to all the concepts and content skills that you have learned through the 2 courses that I have taught you last year and this year. My belief is that what you've learned, you will help put into practice as it has enhanced you and will enhance the people under our care. And I am referring to our students. So I thank you so much. We are all online. We can't get to see each other. But of course, if we want further trainings, my suggestion is that maybe schools can go together, put money together, and of course, if the School of Education can release myself, I can always come to your school and just help run little workshops that can further have you have some practice skills so that you can use in your schools. And the best times will be semester break for us at SOE. Those are good times for us to come out and help teachers because we also have community service as part of our teaching time here, that we can help run school-based workshops. And also during study week maybe, but the best time will be mid-semester break that Mrs. Simo can come out. I've been to Tana, I've been to quite a few schools, and yeah, I'm just letting this invitation open. I know that some of you are leaders of your school, so if maybe Kamewa, Sandowis, and maybe 3 schools come together, and then we can run a training. And Madam Roslyn maybe can find 1, 2 schools and said, how about we get just one training just to help support you people? You are on the ground, and I believe and trust you that you will continue to influence and enhance literacy development by using the concepts that we've learned. Otherwise, I am blessed to have you for these 2 courses. I wish you all the best on the remaining assessment tasks. And of course, we will continue to see each other. And I will do my best to get all the markings out and will message everyone to inform about the progress of marking. And the admin will give out grades. Otherwise, thank you to my soul family. You've like that one. Good long weekend. Goodbye for now. And all the best for the rest of the year. Tata.
Tata.